Hello, I hope you guys had a very restful winter break. I'm back in May and back to school. We are starting GU, which is nephrology or renal physiology. The kidney wasn't my strongest point last year with physiology, but hopefully pathology will go better. And we're also at the point in time where board studying is starting to really kick in, or it has been. I'm doing board stuff every day now in addition to the usual school content. I'm excited to be back to school, excited to be studying and learning new things, and I like having the goal of taking comlex and step 1 ahead of me, so I have this one goal that I'm working towards right now. So yeah, I'm hoping this semester is going to be off to a good start. I redesigned my room before leaving for break, and so I came back and it was all laid out different. I shifted my desk around to create this kind of like cozy corner for myself because I figured if I'm going to be really studying for boards, I'm pretty much just going to be locked into my desk the entire time. So I wanted to make this corner like as cozy and inviting as possible so I would enjoy spending my time here. Also, my boyfriend got me this light up plaque. I don't know what you call it, but it has my YouTube channel name on it and it's really cute and it changes colors, and I thought it would be a nice addition to this corner and it would light up this entire area. But I thought that was very sweet. So this is what it looks like right now. My little study corner. It looks really nice at night too with like the lamp and the lights. So I came back to a ton of snow. It's been snowing all night and it's still snowing and it's beautiful, but I think I'm stuck at home for the day. So I already started the day off with like 200 to 300 Anki cards that I did while I was in bed. I think I'm gonna watch some in-house lectures. I'm a little bit behind from this week. I have to do my practice questions still, then I have to do the new Anki, finish my old Anki, watch either some renal physiology or pathology videos. So a big to-do list, but I have a lot of motivation and I'm feeling good about studying right now.
In terms of urine osmolality, you don't get this on a regular basis, but you have to look into urine electrolyte issues such as hypo or hypernatremia. These are the normal values on your urinalysis, and this year we added an application section, and
What is the inheritance of Roland-Ward syndrome, a form of long QT syndrome? Dysplastic kidney occurs due autosomal dominant PKD is associated with blank, which is an important cause of death.
this can help to differentiate the epitome and your pharmacological intervention.
It's almost 2 a.m. I've had a very productive day today, so I'm pretty proud of all the work I did. I watched 7 hours worth of lecture and I'm watching another 2-hour lecture right now. I'm about 30 minutes into this one. Of course, it goes a lot faster when you're watching everything at 2 times speed. I'm almost done with my Anki reviews. I did my 10-year-old questions. I added a ton of new Anki cards off of those. I did 10 heme questions. I didn't do well at all. Heme I just like continuously struggle with. I struggled with it during the year. I'm doing my best to like fill in the gaps, but every time I do a heme question set, it feels like I'm still like struggling to understand. I was thinking of doing 10 true learn questions today, but I really don't think I'm gonna get through it because I have to finish my reviews before 4 a.m. because that's when Anki restarts. I also submitted my FAFSA, which I completely forgot about. And then being a DO, I don't know if every osteopathic school does this. I had to submit an approval form to my school for them to sign it and then send it to NBME to give me permission to sign up for the USMLE exam, which is just such a weird extra step to have to take. I want to take both boards. Let me take both boards. Why do I have to request permission to take it? I am in medical school. I don't like when institutions create all these extra hoops for us to jump through when the process could be a little bit more streamlined and efficient. So yeah, I'm doing well. It's getting late. I shouldn't be staying up this late. I was trying to fix my sleep schedule a little bit, but I just felt so motivated today and I just caught such a good study flow that I didn't want to stop. So I'm gonna finish this farm lecture as I'm doing my Anki cards and then call it a day. I'm back home for the day. It's 7 p.m. I still have a lot of studying to do today. We had our first CBL back today, which is our case-based learning, and we had a very interesting case. They do a pretty good job of coming up with very interesting, complex cases on the topics that we're currently covering and making it really interesting and pretty much like a fun puzzle to solve as a group. And today it was a diabetic patient with hypertension as well, who turns out had pneumonia and had all sorts of like respiratory complaints, and that led to acute kidney disease. And so we're in renal, so we were learning all about that, and that was really interesting. Going to case-based learning always points out the gaps and all the things that I have yet to learn. So I'm going to try and get through a lot of physio, pathoma, and pharm today. A lot of videos, a lot of Anki cards, but it's only 7, so plenty of time.
When you budget size, you would buy bigger budgets. Probably not. Because you're going to have people. Next are probably not prepared for the goal. So it's important to know that AKI predisposes to CKD, even those who have a full.
One way by which we can get acute renal failure would be to decrease the blood flow. A decrease in blood flow will result in acute renal failure, and we call that pre-renal azotemia.
When an angiotensin system is activated, one of the consequences will be the release of aldosterone from the adrenal gland.
It is 2 a.m. almost, and I'm slowly starting to lose steam. I didn't do my questions for today. I didn't finish my Anki for today. So I have a lot of things that I still have to do, but I really just want to sleep. I also got back into exercising regularly since taking like a hiatus during winter break, so my body and my brain are just feeling extra tired. I spent so much time putting in submissions for what we call CCT, which I don't even remember what that stands for, but what my school does is it provides this like web page where you input all your achievements. Mostly it falls into the categories of development, research, community service, and leadership. And it's basically like a resume. And this is so they can keep track and keep all your achievements organized, so at the end of the year, when they write you a recommendation letter, it's easy for them to go look at all those submissions and write you a better recommendation letter because they have so much of your input to see. I definitely understand the idea behind this, and I think it makes a lot of sense because I'd rather get a really solid letter than someone just trying to make up why I should be a good candidate for a residency program or whatever. I already have a resume or a CV, and I put in so much time into making this CV look really good. So the fact that I basically just have to rewrite it to fit this specific structure and prompt of what my school is looking for and spend time making these submissions. And my school also has a time limit, so you can't wait 5 months until whatever break to input your submission. They give you a certain amount of time in which you're supposed to finish what you're doing, finish that task, that accomplishment, and then put in the submission for it in that time. Otherwise it basically becomes ineligible because you waited too long. I just spent I don't know how much time trying to put those things in, and I just think the process is very unnecessary and inefficient. Just ask me for my resume and I'll give you my beautiful resume that I've worked on already that has all the same things. I don't know if anybody else's school does it this way and if there actually is a better process to this, but now that my brain is fried from doing that, I'm gonna get back to my Anki and hopefully finish that off. This is the worst, and this happens like way too often. It just doesn't want to pair. I had a really nice day today. I'm in a really good mood today. I think in big part it is because I got a full gym day in today, my first one. Like my regular gym day that I had before break when I was on a really good schedule. And I think all those endorphins from working out are like hitting my brain right now, which is crazy how much exercise impacts our brain and our mood, because I always feel so much like significantly happier and better when I exercise.
The problem is that you have immune complex deposition. I'll give you a little bit of a hint. Any disease that has the word membranous in it, immune complex deposition, then you should know that the immunofluorescence is sub-epithelial. Now, a few important things. Number one, these deposits will be detectable by immunofluorescence.
ADH possesses anti-diaplasma typical here from is not only the site of
Water jug backpack, posterior.
ADH possesses antidiuretic properties, increases intracellular calcium. V1 receptors are found on vascular smooth muscle cells.
Done for the day. It's only 2 a.m. I got up to 700 cards, watched another film video, watched some sketchy farm. Pretty good progress for today in terms of that. I didn't watch any in-house lectures, which I don't know if I'm gonna watch any this week. Like, it takes so much time. It's literally 2 in the morning and I accomplished everything I wanted from like the board studying stuff and none of like the in-house stuff. And there's no more time left in the day, so I want to get enough sleep because tomorrow's our COMAT, so, and I feel like that's more important right now. It's Wednesday afternoon. I'm getting ready to leave. We're going to be taking the COMAT today. That was the 5-hour exam. I'm pretty sure it's only 4 hours, and I think the extra hour is the integrated breaks. It's basically the exam that's going to mimic comlex, but like half as short, just to show us where we're at with our knowledge of all the different systems and whatnot, and just give us a foundation to study off of from now on. Otherwise, it's pretty lax. I think we're allowed to eat and drink during if we want, so no stress, but I think if you do score low enough, they do meet with you and as like an academic intervention to see if they can help you study better or just see how you're doing in general. Hopefully won't have to do that because I've been reviewing, doing my Anki cards and all that stuff. So I know I'm probably gonna score low considering we also haven't covered like half the pathology that we still have to cover. Let's see how it goes. I'm back from what feels like a full day of work, but really all I had today was that COMAT that I took from 1 to 6, and then I attempted to study a little bit after that, and I didn't even feel that tired, but like nothing was going into my brain and I kept getting Anki cards wrong. And at that point it was time to go to the gym, so then I worked out. I had a really tough day at the gym too. I don't know, I'm just feeling really tired. I guess it took a lot more out of me than I thought. And now I'm back and I'm gonna try and conquer Anki and everything else again, second attempt. I'm really bad at predicting how well I did on exams. Like, people will ask, and when I tell them, when I feel like I did well, a lot of times I actually failed or didn't do well at all. And the opposite, I tell people I felt like I did really bad and I actually ended up doing a lot better than I thought I did. So I just have a really bad gauge for that. So it's hard for me to say how I feel like the COMAT went. I did really like the way it was structured. I wish all our in-house exams looked like that because it just felt very reasonable. The questions weren't crazy long. There weren't some random details that you felt like people put in just to try and throw you off. I didn't feel like I was being tricked at all. Like, the question made sense. Yeah, I just really liked the layout. Like, it was like an enjoyable experience as much as it can be. And it was 200 questions. They broke it up into 100 questions and then a break and then 100 questions. And I tried my best because I have been doing Anki and like trying to keep up with boards prep for pretty much like an entire year now, so I'm hoping that it pays off, but we'll see. There were a lot of things that were covered on the exam that we haven't covered yet, so that has to be like a write-off. Yeah, we find out in a week, which I thought we were gonna get our results like today or tomorrow, but so now we have to wait a week. So yeah, I don't know how I did, but hopefully next week I can come back and say that I'm at least where they're expecting me to be on like a good trajectory.
Membranous nephropathy as and light response to corticosteroids. MPGN type I is associated with blank immune. Autosomal dominant and recessive PKD are associated with blank cysts in addition to renal cysts. Benign. What hematologic pathology is
Is glomerular bleeding, and one of the key signs of glomerular bleeding will be the presence of red blood cell cast. The idea is coming into the tubules, the red blood cells will get casted in the shape of the tubule, and then will be. So there are particular strains of group A beta hemolytic strep that carry a M protein virulence factor.
I have a lot of work to do today. It feels like I already had a really long day because I had class and I had OMMTing today. But I just sat down. I'm gonna watch a Pathoma video, which is like a combined video of 3 different chapters, and for a second I was excited because I thought I was gonna watch one video and only have to do like 60 cards that I thought would cover the 3 chapters. But then I realized each chapter had its own cards broken down, so now it's actually going to be 200 cards. So I'm gonna watch this video, do the Anki cards, and then I think I have to start doing renal practice questions, even though I'm gonna be like more than halfway through Pathoma at this point, so hopefully there won't be a lot of questions that I will like literally have no idea on. So hopefully I'm like not wasting those practice questions. It's already 9 p.m. It's 9 p.m., but it's going to be a long evening. Thankfully tomorrow I don't have class, so I can sleep in. So I gotta get some work. I gotta get a lot of work done tonight.
Now, one of the characteristic patterns of scarring is when you have scarring at the proteinaceous material. And this proteinaceous material is reminiscent of the colleagues that you get colicky pain with hematuria and unilateral C, a calcium oxalate stone with Crohn's disease, and that's because the small bowel damage stones. The second most common type of stone is an ammonium magnesium.
I forgot if I mentioned, but Fridays is my day off now. I used to have clinical skills on Fridays and have Thursday off last semester, and this semester I have clinical skills Thursday morning, Friday off. So I basically have a 3-day weekend every week, which is really nice. I don't know if it makes a huge difference because I still end up studying on Friday and the weekend, but I'd rather have the free day on Friday than a random free day at like in the middle of the weekday. So I made a huge to-do list of like little things that I wanted to get done since the week was coming to an end, because during the week I was just focusing on like catching up on all renal things, doing all the practice questions, stuff like that, and then I had these like extra little things piled up, like I had to like drive to a couple places today and like send a package back, you know, like the little things. So I still have a couple of those things left to get through. It's 7 p.m. Let's see how much of this I can get through. Also, supposedly we have a really big storm coming in overnight. It's just supposed to be rain, but it's supposed to rain from like 3 in the morning to like 1 p.m. And so we have all these flood warnings because we're on the coast. They told us to prepare, potentially expect power outages, potentially expect flooding of some streets. So my plan was to stay home for the weekend and just study the whole time. So let's hope that that'll be possible and that everybody will be safe. I just got permission to sign up for the USMLE exam and it doesn't feel real. I can't believe I made it to this point. Like, it seemed like such a far away thought, and now all of a sudden I'm here and I'm scheduling it and I'm going to be taking it soon. It's like making me nervous a little bit.